How many? How many? You can't let people hang too long. Go. The music's really loud in my ear. Welcome back, Bravehearts, to, okay, I've been waiting a long time for this, okay? This is the HUMIC, FULVIC, and Black Diamond show, all right? And you know what? You're going, okay, Daryl, it's just a product. No, it's not just a product. Okay, how would you like to have a product that was the best heavy metal chelator, the product that helped to balance pH in the body almost better than any other product on the planet? How would you like to have the only HUMIC FULVIC that was free of heavy metals, and it's in a nano form, and it crosses the blood-brain barrier, okay? It goes into the brain, it goes into the cells. It actually helps to what? Take 600% of its weight in heavy metals, acidity, and chemicals, and it'll suck that up. But before it does that into this particle, it'll drop off 60 to 70 micronutrients into the cells, into the bloodstream, across the blood-brain barrier. Show me another product that does that, okay? And that's why I'm so excited, because this product makes me look good. This product makes people heal quickly. And the reality is this is the kind of product that you take day in and day out. Do you know why you would take this product day in and day out? And I'll show it to you. I got to show it to you. Okay, I really do have to show it to you. And the reason why we're doing the show is this is the first time we've ever had Black Diamond in a 2-ounce bottle. Okay, we do it so that people can use it at home. And we also have it in a stick form. Okay, now you might think, okay, this is just one big infomercial. Well, you might think that, but guess what? How about if I told you the science is there to prove that this is the best chelator in the world, and when it does chelate the heavy metals, when it does pick up the chemicals, the GMOs, okay, and all of the other poisons in the body that we accumulate, like lactic acid, uric acid, when it does draw this up, it locks it down. This is why we're able, this is one of our key products using when we do a 6-day advanced water fast. Doesn't turn on the digestive tract, but it goes in and it helps to suck up all of that toxic waste, dropping off micronutrients and not even turning on the digestive tract, bypassing the Krebs cycle. So listen, that's what it's all about. But what if you were to use a little bit of this every day? Okay, I'm going to bring John on, and he is the producer of the best HUMIC FULVIC in the world, and he provides it to us, okay? And let me just say this, all right? What if you were to take something every day and it only gave you positive effects, and it made your water wetter to get the water into the cells and to hydrate more? But here's the deal. Has anybody noticed heavy metals in the air, in the water, and in the food are getting worse? Do you think that's all going to go away, or do you think that we're run by corporate America? Do you think that somebody's actually poisoning the water, the food, and the air? And do you think maybe that they've also stripped the soil of the HUMIC that used to be there and the FULVIC? Yes, they have. And understand something, I have never seen anything react better to HUMIC FULVIC with our black gold. It's bigger molecule than the Black Diamond to restoring the good bacteria in a human being. And that's why when they got rid of the HUMIC FULVIC out of the soil, there was nothing for the bacteria to live off of. Go ahead, get rid of the bacteria, and you're going to get rid of life on this planet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring John on, and we're going to talk about the finest product in the world. You know, there was a company called Black Oxygen, and they were very good at marketing. They probably had one of the biggest market shares of HUMIC FULVIC in the world. And guess what? They no longer exist. Do you know why? Because you can't go around telling people lies and not get your pants pulled down. Okay? Their product wasn't as good as they said it was, and then they got themselves in trouble. But understand, we are able to back up everything we say with science. And that's the most important thing. And I'm going to tell you something. If this situation in the last 2 years hasn't taught you anything, it must have taught you that your health is your wealth, that your health has to come first, that you need to create a perfect day and repeat it every day if you want a perfect life. And why would you allow heavy metals, acidity, and chemicals to build up in your bloodstream and in your tissue cells to what? To what? To become a 911 emergency and then go get chelation, okay? In the bloodstream, guess what? That's only chelating the heavy metals and the poisons out of the blood. I hope you know that the worst heavy metals and poisons are held in your fat tissue, in your scar tissue, and in tumors and fibroids. That's where the problem lies. So let's just learn how to do something daily and do a little bit of it, okay? And let's not become a 911 emergency. What do you think, John?
I think that's perfect.
Yeah?
Yeah, I do. And to answer a few things that you said in there, I get a question asked a lot. You know, what is it that we do that we stand up so strong and proudly? What is it that we do on a daily basis to make sure that the product's the best it can be? So with your permission, we put together a little video. Your team popped in. I would like us to play that now.
Absolutely. So guys, do you want to play the video that Drake and John put together? And listen, everyone, I've never seen the video before, so it'll be just a new thing for me. So let's see what they've done, and then let's talk about it. Tell me when it's
That's
running,
a good question.
Gad?
And I get asked it quite a bit.
Okay.
It's a tremendous responsibility to manufacture
can't see
products
it.
that people consume.
Can somebody give me my phone?
We have to make sure that nobody gets sick and nobody has any problems with it. And how we do that is, everything that we do here is tracked, and everything has standard operating procedures, so everybody knows exactly how to handle things, exactly the way to do it. And we have a full-time quality assurance manager. It's his job to release products, so no products can leave the building until they've been thoroughly tested and he's comfortable that they're safe. That includes third-party lab testing, so we get the results back, then the quality assurance manager will sit down and comb over everything, make sure it complies to the specifications that we've set forth, and then he'll release the products. Part of producing safe products is having a facility that's designed and controlled in a way that's consistent with producing products that are safe to consume and products that are reliable and products that are consistent and products that we know what's going on with it. And maybe it's a good time to jump to the next room and have a look at what I'm talking about. So one of the key areas that you need to look at if you want to have a consistent product that you can count on being safe is everything throughout the production process needs to get tracked properly. The old way of doing it is you would have people remove samples throughout the process, and then they would go and test them on the scientific instruments, and they would get all recorded on a number of pieces of paper, and then that would go to your quality assurance manager so that he could check off on the batch or the product that you're making would be correct. The new way to do it is with a big brain. So this is the brains of the operation right here. We have the screen black because a lot of sensitive data is on there that we can't show you. But to give you an idea of the scope and scale of what I'm talking about, and I think this stuff's pretty cool, is everything that's going on here is tracked. So something goes offside, we have alarms going off. If we want to mine a data set to figure out, is there an area that we can improve? Well, we have very good data. Oops. We have very good data, so we can track it, we know exactly what's going on, and we don't have to rely on humans as much, so there's not any human error. So we keep the plant incredibly clean, we track everything that we do to make sure that we can give you a product that you can trust. Most, if not virtually all, HUMIC and FULVIC producers, they use an old style production method where it's wet bucket chemistry, so they're just putting a bunch of stuff in a big tank or in a big pail, and they're using chemicals to do extractions, and then they're utilizing pH as a separation mechanism. The reason that we have to have the brains of the operation here, and the primary difference between us and any of our competitors, as you can see over my shoulder here, the level of complexity that goes on here. So if you take To feel a grain of sand in your hand is about 25 microns. Everything that happens in this plant is sub 1 micron, so incredibly small. So we need very sophisticated equipment and very sophisticated monitoring to make sure that when we're doing our measurements, we have the level of accuracy and detail that we need. Another thing that you have to make sure that you look after very well when you have a manufacturing facility like this is you have to look after its cleanliness. Thankfully, it's quiet today, and it's quiet today because we're just starting our cleaning process. So every 10 days of production, we clean the plant completely, everything gets flushed, everything gets cleaned out, and we have a number of sanitizing steps that we go through to make sure that all of the tanks and all of the pumps and all of the stuff that comes into contact with the product that you're consuming has been cleaned and sanitized, and then that gets tested and validated and made sure that everything is beautifully clean. A good example of that is in this tank. You can see some RO water, and it's got that nice, kind of like the Caribbean look to it. If we look at regular water that you would get from your municipality, you know what, it's got some things in it. It's got some chlorines in it, it's got some other carbonaceous material in it. There's stuff in it, so we like to clean it. Key point there being the plant always gets cleaned, it always gets tested, and we do it very, very frequently. When we're done manufacturing the product and everything's been tested through all the tanks and everything that we clean all the time and look after everything, then it comes time to package the product. So we need to package it in a way that's consistent with the way that it's been manufactured. So you can see over my shoulder here, you can see a big silver box up there, and that's a HEPA filter. So when we go to package products, we have machines that are all cleaned on the inside so that we can package it without exposing it to the outside air. Up above me there, you've got a little filtration thing on the tank, and that's to make sure that any air that gets displaced as you pull liquid out or put it in, that it's perfectly clean as well. So we go a long ways all the way through the process to make sure that we can provide product that is not only as clean when it leaves the plant, but that it'll stay clean. If you were here with me, you'd be able to smell the air in here, and it smells really, really, really clean. And that's because we go to great lengths to make sure that the air is clean, so not only the inside of the process remains clean, but the air that in the building is really clean. So we control the environment completely. You know, we heat it, we cool it, we look after humidity, and we make sure that it's really clean. Over my shoulder, you can see what's called an air curtain over top of the doors or the plastic strips that help us control airflow. So whenever something comes through from the outside, it's getting a blast of air, and it'll help keep the inside clean. To give you an idea of how clean this room is, on the far end of the room where we're getting some products that may be exposed a little bit, or where some of the packaging happens, it's the same cleanliness as a general operating room. What I'm saying by that is the filtration system that we use here is the same rating as you would get in the general operating room. So we manage the airflow in this room so at the one end it's super clean, like general operating, and then it pushes the air back out of the room, and then it gets refiltered and brought back in. So it's a system that works really, really well.
Deal. So you might not know this, but this is the only HUMIC fulvic plant that has government approval because they met all the safety specifications for what they're doing. So that's really important. And you know what? People say this all the time. We pride ourselves in having the best products. Well, I pride myself in attempting to have the best products in the world. I don't know where the best products are. Hopefully we have them. And the reality is everything is about purity and everything is about vibration. And understand that. I've taught you that many times over. But think about this. There's a product called zeolite, which I want John to touch on. And people are really talking about it now because multi-level marketing has picked up on zeolite. But zeolite is nothing like HUMIC fulvic. HUMIC fulvic is something that most people do not even understand. It's not charcoal. So John, do you mind just going over what HUMIC fulvic is, where it came from, how old it is, and then maybe I'll add to it a little bit.
Okay, yeah, perfectly fine to do that. So What humic and fulvic it comes from organics that fell to the forest floor millions of years ago. Our deposit at the top of the seam, what I mean by that is you've got your earth and then we remove 15 to 25 feet of the top off. That's called overburden. And then we have this seam of these organics that fell to the earth. The top of the seam is 65 million years old and the bottom of the seam is somewhere around 125 million years old. So the organics fell to the forest floor, and over time, physical forces and microbes and fungi break down the organics, plant material, into its smallest, very, very, very small molecules. And they're highly functional. And that's what it is that we take out of the ground and then we process and then we give it to you. And the process that we utilize, it's very, very soluble. And that's usually what gets the doctors and the pharmaceutical people really, really excited, is that it goes into water, blends with water, it's water soluble, really, really well. So if you look like a zeolite or a charcoal or a product like that, what they try to do with that product is they try to micronize it and put it into a suspension like a coffee. But it's actually not so soluble in the water. So you have to wonder how far that goes throughout your body. Where humic and fulvic not only have all the carrying capacity and ion exchange capacity and the functionality, multiple times, as far as I'm concerned, more than charcoal or zeolite, it's also soluble. So it will go into the areas of your body that you need it to go into. And I think that's a key and critical difference.
Beautiful. Okay, so maybe you can also tell everyone what's the difference, and I'll just tell you first, and then you can tell them what the makeup difference is. This here is called black gold. This is black diamond. Now our black diamond comes in that, and it also comes in a stick form. There's 6-week supply. This is 2 ounces. This is for people that aren't on the go and they want it for at home. It's almost double the amount as the other package. Now, the black gold, it's mainly for the digestive tract. The black diamond doesn't do the digestive tract. To understand that, the black gold doesn't cross the blood-brain barrier. So it doesn't go into the bloodstream, it doesn't go across the brain, it doesn't go into the cells as thoroughly, and it just can't. But what it does do with the black diamond, the black gold will go through your digestive tract. And it does similar to what I said the black diamond does in the way that it does drop off micronutrients. It does bring up the heavy metals that are in your digestive tract. So we're going and remediating these things and these chemicals, these heavy metals, these GMOs in your digestive tract on a daily basis so they don't get into your bloodstream, so that they don't get issues in your tissues. And then when the black gold actually gets to the large intestine, this is where I had a wow moment. I carry the best bacteria to restore the gut flora that I possibly can find. And now I don't carry it anymore. Do you know why? Because there's no need. The black gold, when it gets into the large intestine, it actually creates a base for mommy's bacteria, and your mother's bacteria is the only bacteria that is actually protecting you. All the bacteria that you buy in little bottles, little capsules, liquid, it does not last because it's foreign, it's alien to the environment. Mommy's bacteria, you just need one to create trillions when you start doing things like daily cleansing tea, black gold, and the black diamond in your water. Okay, do you mind talking about the black gold just a little bit? Okay.
Not a problem at all. So if we look at humic and fulvic, that's what we extract. That's the super water soluble portion that we consume. The other part is what we call humin, Humin, and it's the non-soluble portion. So when you ingest it, theoretically what happens is it has a whole bunch of surface area where microbes can live and all of your gut flora can find some place to live. And not only do they find some place to live and create the surface area so you can carry a larger amount of them, but it's also a proven, the humic and fulvic that's there, part of it, it's also a proven microbe stimulator. So the bugs that are there, they're going to be getting more of what they need, and they're going to be propagating faster and faster and faster. And what happens then is they're in a position where they can outcompete some of the bad bacteria and things that are in your body. So very, very valuable to have that going through your system. And so if you couple it with the water soluble portion that goes into your system, you're getting the entourage effect. You're getting the 1-2 punch. You're getting the whole is greater than the sum of your parts. So it's important to understand that humic and fulvic, the part that we make, is water soluble, and not all of it. And we get really sciencey, and for the science people out there, it's both hydrophilic and hydrophobic. So a little tail of it will hang out of solution in colloidal suspension. So it goes through your system and your body can use it everywhere. Very, very, very small molecules. And then you have the non-soluble portion that'll go through your system and provide more surface area for the bacteria, allow the good bacteria to grow and outcompete the bad bacteria. And that helps you get your GI tract in good shape, is the way that I've had it explained to me. I'm not a doctor, but I've heard it enough times where I think I understand it pretty well.
Beautiful. So when we're talking about the black gold, everyone just know this. You can mix a teaspoon of the black gold with your blender drinks. If you really wanted a perfect day, you should try to do a blender drink twice a day. It doesn't have to be a big one, okay? It can be anywhere from 8 to 10 ounces, okay, to 12 ounces. And you're gonna take fresh berries, you're gonna take coconut milk, or you could take, I wouldn't take almond milk. I wouldn't trust almond milk anymore. But you could take coconut milk, and that's the one that I like to go with. And I would mix that with the berries, and then I would mix a teaspoon, okay, of the black gold twice a day. If you've got a gut problem, you wait till you see what happens, especially if you do the daily cleansing tea, which is right here. I'll just grab it, okay? That's the daily cleansing tea. I know we're talking about this, but when you take this and this together, you'll see what we would call miracles happen in the body, okay?
I absolutely, sorry to interrupt, I absolutely love that tea. I can't go without it. It's really, really helpful.
Well, just make sure that you're getting it for free, John, because we've got to keep you healthy. And remember, I told everybody in Canada that they better do it and give it to you for free. We got to keep you healthy. Okay,
Appreciate it.
so anyways, the black gold, we're going to mix that with our blender drinks twice a day. But we can also, if you drink coffee, you can grind your coffee beans, and then you can take a teaspoon and put it on top of the coffee beans. If you want to mix it in, you can. But just keep it on top if you want, if you're in a hurry. And then guess what? Let it drip. Okay, ready for the best tasting coffee you've ever had of that coffee bean? Okay, are you ready to have no jitters? Okay, no anxiety? Okay, are you ready to feel really great? I'm not kidding. And you're gonna tell me, I gotta tell you, people with gut problems for 20, 30, 40 years, they go on this product, the daily cleansing tea, and they'll go on the Black Diamond. It's all over. And they've tried everything. They've been on all kinds of drugs, okay? They've been threatening surgery, okay? The pain, the inflammation, the swelling is just too much to bear. They can't sleep at night properly, makes them miserable, ruins their relationships. Remember something, believe it or not, before you have pain other places, okay, just know this, that 85% of all your pain is in your core. And that's this region right here, that pelvis, the large intestine, in and around it. Okay, so the Black Diamond, we have a lot of people around the world that actually do put it in their baking goods, okay, to make sure their kids get it, because their kids want the cookies, they want the donuts, they want the muffins. So the Black Diamond's in there. So what are we doing? As the muffins and the cookies are bringing down the gut flora and causing intestinal problems, the black gold only enhances the flavor. I'm not kidding. It only enhances the flavor, whatever you put in. You can also put it into soups, and you can put it into other foods as well. So that's what you do. It's great for humans, it's great for pets, it's great for children. There's no side effects, okay, except better bowel movements and a nice, calm, beautiful tummy that's not erupting all the time, okay? John, is there anything else you want to say?
No, not to add much. I would speculate the better taste may come from the amount of polyphenols that are in there. I mean, it makes perfect sense when your body's getting what it needs. The universe would, your body would tell you, yeah, I like this. So that makes perfect sense to me.
And also, I'm going to tell you, there are some people right now touting around the world, charcoal, charcoal, charcoal. Now, do you know why? Because it's so inexpensive for them to then turn around and sell it to you. And please don't, I'm not saying they're good or bad. These are good people. I'm just trying to tell you the profit margin is there, but the quality of the product cannot touch the humic fulvic. And science shows that, not us, okay? Let's talk about the black diamond for a second. So the black diamond, what I would have liked to have done is, too bad we didn't put the video in, and I'm going to add the video online for people to see. When the video that we did where we actually just dropped the black diamond into a glass, you never stir it. Black diamond is so energetic, it gets into the water you put it into or into the drink you put it into, and it does a dance, doesn't it, John? If you stir it, it's going to stick to the side of the glass because it has so much electrical magnetism in it. That's what it is. So what you want to do, and there's no side effects to this product. You know, people will use 1 stick a day and divide it into a third into 3 quarts. You know, I know a lot of people that are very toxic and they need to detoxify. They're going through a drug detox, an alcohol detox, or just a regular detox, and they've created so much infection, inflammation in their body, okay? So then they will actually use a stick per every liter or a stick per every quart. Now, believe it or not, we also use the black gold and tummy love when we do what we call the ultimate coffee enema, which you can find out how to do an ultimate coffee enema if you go to my do-it-yourself guide in my library. This is a Doc of Detox organic green coffee. It's higher in caffeine to help to stimulate the liver. But we'll also use some black diamond when we boil the coffee, and then we'll strain it, and then we'll put in a teaspoon of tummy love. You've never done a coffee enema like that. And I'll tell you, this is something that we learned just a few months ago, that you can take black diamond and instead of using the black gold, but I would use the black gold too, and probably use the black gold and black diamond and forget the tummy love, and put the black gold in when you're boiling your coffee, strain the black gold, but then I would put some black diamond into the coffee because you don't have to stir it. It'll just mix itself, and then you do your ultimate coffee enema. Now, go ahead and do it, if you've ever done a coffee enema, do it like regular, and then do it like I'm talking about, and then why don't you tell us how you feel? Understand something, and I want to say this. People that do coffee enemas understand something. What coffee enemas do is they purge and clean the liver. How many people have a toxic liver? Well, let's just talk about everybody, okay? Everybody to a certain degree. The liver can function with only 1/3 of a liver. But understand something right now. You can't take anything oral to clean your liver. You can do a gallbladder flush of the gallstones if you want to do like Haldoclar's olive oil, or there's a couple others, but it doesn't clean the liver. What cleans the liver is the ultimate coffee enema, and then using the black gold and the black diamond. And you can learn about this if you ever decide to get a consultation from us. It's $150 in lifetime support. So just know that, lifetime support. Plus you'll get my perfect day manual right here. Okay, it's a perfect day lifestyle manual, and you'll live by this. Okay, so let's get back to it. So what happens is when you do a coffee enema, you're purging your liver of the worst drug residue, because we've all take drugs in our drinking water. Okay, we do. And we all take drugs. There's drugs in all animal products. There's drugs, there's GMOs, there's chemicals, there's heavy metals. Where do you think they get stored? What do you think liver cirrhosis is? What do you think an inflamed liver is? Did you know that children of 8 years old are getting liver cirrhosis and getting inflamed livers? How does that happen? Seriously? Are you kidding me? So now, when you do a liver detox and you do the ultimate coffee enema, where does that go? That goes into your large intestine, right? Well, what do you think the black gold and the black diamond do? Well, they drop the nutrients off into the liver, like we just told you, and they pick up the heavy metals and they pick up the chemicals, 600% of their weight. They lock them down so that you don't reabsorb them through your leaky gut called your large intestine. How many people know that when they say gut-brain connection and I've got a leaky gut, they're not talking about your gut, they're talking about your large intestine. So whatever you can do to make sure that when you do that coffee enema, then you do that purge. You make sure that you have something that's going to go lock it down, drop off the nutrients, okay? And like I told you already, the black diamond acts as a landing for the bacteria to go on and feed and become stronger, okay? The other thing that you can do for black diamond is, if you want to take a look at, if you ever do a consult, you'll be getting this PDF sent to you. And eventually, it won't be long now that you'll be able to actually, if you get a consult, you can actually go and they will sell you this. And we'll be selling it just above cost, so that everybody can have a hard copy of their Perfect Day Lifestyle Guide. Now, if you go in there and you look at vaginal infusion, understand the vagina is where life comes from. The vagina is a very powerful portal. And we can heal the whole pelvis of a woman, okay, by doing what we call vaginal infusion. And we actually will take black diamond, just not a lot, and we will actually take John's Bright Eyes FULVIC, which is the only FULVIC you can put in your eyes. It's that small and it's clear. We'll put a few drops of that into what's called silver bullet gel with a little bit of our infinite iodine and a couple drops of frankincense. And then we insert that into the vaginal canal. And then you want to see miracles happen. We're not just talking about healing the vaginal canal or the pelvis of inflammation and infection. It will work throughout the whole body. Think about all the troubles that women have. 49% of women are leaking urine. Okay? We know that 40% of women have actual ovarian cysts, which is pus bags. And this is because of the infection from the colon, which we don't understand that the colon creates all that pelvic infection and inflammation. That's why we're back to the black gold and the daily cleansing tea. You got to understand, you don't need a lot of products and you don't need rocket science to understand that we can take our lives back, okay? And then the other thing that you can do is you take the silver bullet gel. You can take what's called Healthy Mouth Essential Oil, put a little bit of that on there, and then just sprinkle a little bit of black diamond on there and brush that with your teeth, and then tell me that your teeth don't shine, and then tell me you've got gum disease, because gum disease is bum disease. So use the black gold and the daily cleansing tea and clean out your colon, and then do what I just said, and then you'll reverse that. Do you see the different things that we utilize this for? So this is an amazing product, and the reason why we're on here, if you want to take a look, is between us and John, we've able to deliver this to you today, and we've got it on sale. It'll be on sale at least for a week, all right? So, John, can you talk about the black diamond, please?
Absolutely, absolutely. There, and just before I do, there is one study that I was just trying to recall in my mind that looked at using fulvic in the mouth post oral surgery, and it had some pretty good results. So it all makes sense. So the black diamond
If I can say something, John, before you go any further, just know this. I'm not telling you to do it, but if you were in my family, I'd be telling you never to take antibiotics for anything oral. I would be telling you to use the black diamond, the silver bullet, the infinite iodine even, because it's the greatest infection fighter, and you wouldn't need to do it. And how many people actually believe that antibiotics can be taken orally, go all the way down into your stomach, go into your bloodstream, and then head back up to your mouth to protect you? Anyways, I've heard stories, but yeah, there's a good one. Okay, John, you want to take it?
Sure, sure. So the black diamond is the super soluble portion, humic and fulvic. So what's important to know about black diamond is we don't just take willy-nilly everything that will come out of our deposit, because there's some very large molecules in there that have some undesirable stuff in there. So we only keep the portion that we believe to be the most functional or active with your body, because there's no sense in putting stuff in there that won't compare or won't carry its own weight when it comes to having an effect in your body. So that's the first key thing to understand. It's nice to have it in the stick pack because it's really easy to add to your water, and you've got your daily dose there. It works really, really well. And then, of course, the tub's there as well. The thing about black diamond that I love is how water soluble it is. It's super small molecules, so it really gets in and helps you. So I'll try to explain why it's important to have the smaller molecules. So if you have a macromolecule, which HUMIC and FULVIC are, it means it's a molecule that's composed of a whole bunch of other molecules. So the larger that molecule gets, the more of its binding points or arms it needs to use to construct that molecule. So just a rough example, if you sat 10 people at a big boardroom table and you threw 20 balls in the air, theoretically everybody could catch 2 balls, and that would be, everybody has function with both of their hands. But now if you wanted to convert that room into a macromolecule, everybody would have to take their left hand and put it on the person's shoulder to their left, and now you throw 20 balls in the air and only 10 would get caught. So size matters. It's important to have, on a weight by weight basis, the most functionality that you can pack into it, because that's ultimately what we're after. We're after not HUMIC and FULVIC, we're after its benefits. So by having only the high grade, as best as we can do it, included in the Black Diamond, I think we're pretty sure you're getting the best product. And if anybody thinks a product's better out there, I'd love to look at it, because we're passionate about what we do, and we would like to stay ahead of everybody else.
Absolutely. So it all comes down to the ability of the particle on what it can do, its purity and its energy and its magnetism, right? Isn't that correct?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so what we need to understand, again, we're going to come back to it, okay, is that if we could do something that could keep the chemical residue and the heavy metals and the GMOs down, okay, on a daily basis, we have to change our thought, everyone. It's better to do a little bit instead of becoming a 911 emergency or saying, I feel like crap, I need to do a heavy detox. Why do we let ourselves pile up and become this 911 emergency? That's the first thing that you really need to take a look at. Okay, and then you can take a look, if you take a look down here, I don't know if it shows on the screen, but you can see the other products that, oh, it's right here actually behind me. These are the other products that John formulates for us. And I have a couple people asking a question here, and we've been bombarded in the last probably 4 weeks with people, and I'll just answer this question now so it's out there. We will sell our product, we will sell our Black Diamond, we will sell our Black Gold around the world, and yes, we will white label. Otherwise, people who want to carry the product can put their name on it. There is no way, John and I talked about it, there's no way that we're just going to hold this like it's our treasure and not give it out to others. So if you're interested, okay, if you're interested, truly only if you're interested, because I've had probably, let me see, I know I've had at least 12 calls in the last 10 days. Because I know it's a special product and I know that John does it right. And that's why people are calling, because they've tried the product. Okay, just even my silver gel producer, okay, called me up and said that she's got a few people that want to carry it. So just everybody can call me, but John will do this. They will be doing the farming. They farm it out of Drumheller, Alberta, which is the most pure and the most healthiest humic fulvic deposit. That's where most of the dinosaurs were found. There's a reason for that. And then he will get it, and then he will extract it, he will clean it, he will purify it, he will make it into the most amazing product, and he will also package it. We talked about this, and he will not put his name on anything, and either will I, unless everything happens with him and ends with him, and then we send it off to you. Yes, we want to share it with the world, but what the world decides to do with it if we send it out not packaged is not what we want to know. Because we've already done this for a couple of other people, and it did not turn out well. Because people will try to cut corners, make more money, and we cannot do this. This product will always stay at the quality that it is. Correct, John?
Well said.
And so now it's on the video, and this video will be on right on with the product site so that everybody can come on there. So whether we're talking about the fulvic eye drops, okay, whether we're talking about our Ormus minerals with the Bright Eyes eye drops mixed so that it pulls up the Ormus into the brain and through the nervous system, whether we're talking about the Tummy Love, the HUMIC, the fulvic acid, the Beyond Beauty Mist, or the Pain Away fulvic, it's going to be right from beginning to end, and then we will ship it out. Right, John?
Correct.
Okay. So those people that are interested, you can come to me, and then we'll sit down with John, and then we'll take it further because yes, the world does need this, and there's never been a time that it doesn't need this. So does anybody know what they're talking about right now throughout the world about the C and the V, and how HUMIC fulvic and there's one other product, C60, are going in and bringing down the symptoms of the C and the V? And do your homework, do your research, and then when you do that, you'll be able to put one and one together and find out they're two, okay? What I'd like to do now, John, do you have anything you want to say, or let's go through the questions?
Yeah, let's go through questions.
So anybody that's on Rumble, Facebook, YouTube, bring your questions up. We'll answer them all while we're here. And you can even come up on Zoom if you want to. They have the Zoom link if they'd like to come. So the Zoom link is up there for people to see if they do want to come on, okay? All right, so let's take a look. Can you just go down until we find? Can you mix, okay, Mary, can you mix blood pressure meds with the tea? Okay, now we're talking about the daily cleansing tea right there. So can you mix it with it? Yes, you can. The daily cleansing tea is not a stimulant. It's not a laxative. It doesn't do any of that. It goes in and helps to clean the colon, the liver, the lymph, the kidneys, and the bloodstream. Those 5 things. No problem at all. And if your doctor says you can't, tell him to call me because he's not correct. He's not correct. If he was correct, I would never do it. I would never jeopardize anybody, even if it was just a chance, a small chance. Okay, Clarissa, black gold has grainy consistency. Do we strain it? No. You can use it and put it in your baking. Like I said, you can put it on top of your coffee grounds to make your coffee. But what most people do is they put it in their blender and they blend it to make a smoothie. That's what they do. Okay, so the only time that I know people that were straining it is when they took the black gold, you can take a teaspoon, right up to a tablespoon, depending on what your effect is with your Ultimate Coffee Enema, and you put that into the coffee when you boil it, and then you strain it, okay? Clarissa, can one use both black gold and tummy love with coffee enemas? That's what we do all the time. You're using the black gold when you boil the coffee, then you strain it, and then the tummy love, you're putting anywhere from a teaspoon to a tablespoon of tummy love into the quart bag or the steel container with your coffee enema. And here's the deal. Why would you put more? Well, I'm a toxic little puppy. You know, I've been an alcoholic, okay? I was a drug addict. They say that my liver's inflamed. They say that I have liver cirrhosis. I'm always having headaches. I have chronic fatigue. I have fibromyalgia. All of these things are a toxic liver. And understand something. First, you have a colon that backs up on the liver, that backs up on the lymph system, that then backs up on your kidneys. So that's how the wheel goes. And then you start showing skin problems. Welch, Chris, how much total liquid is best? I'm not sure what that means.
I can take a jump at that.
Okay.
If he's meaning how much liquid is it best to mix the black diamond with? Well,
Okay.
drink more water is better than less. I would say mix it in a manner that you feel comfortable.
Yeah, because guess what? The black diamond goes in and loads itself up. So the more liquid you do, the more water you put in the river. If I was going to chop down a bunch of trees, the more water I have in the river, the faster they get to the lumber yard. Okay? So everything is about water in, water out. Chris, how much liquid with the enema? You're talking about a quart. But you might need to do, after you do the Ultimate Coffee Enema, go watch the video in my Do-It-Yourself guide. We tell you how to do the whole thing. Some people need to go in there with a warm water enema with what? Black diamond. One black diamond in a quart of warm water to bring out the rest, to really relax everything, to wash things out, okay? Welsh, you mean personalized manual? Yes, I do. The Perfect Day Manual will be up for sale very shortly in our Canadian and American warehouses if you've done the consultation, okay? It'll be up for sale. Annette, how often should you do an enema? Every day? For how many days? And follow up often? This is very good information. First of all, I want you to go watch the Ultimate Coffee Enema and the Do-It-Yourself Guide in my library, which is totally free. And if you get yourself a consultation for $150, you got lifetime support. And you do. You'll have the same, you'll keep the same trainer, the same coach, the same guide, master trainer. Unless something were to happen, then we'd give you another master trainer and you can pick whoever you want. Remember something, we're here to support you. Health is a language and it's going to take you a while to learn it, okay? But to answer your question, okay, if I was really unwell, but I still had energy, I would do an Ultimate Coffee Enema morning and later afternoon. And I'm telling you, wait till you see how you would feel. If I was lacking energy, okay, and I wasn't well, chronically ill, I would do one a day to start off with, okay? And then I'd be doing the other things that I don't want to get into a bunch of products here. But I will tell everyone that if you're lacking energy, do IGF-1 300 and you'll have it fast enough that you'll be able to pull off another coffee enema or even to pull off the first one and feel young again. So just remember that. Now, if you're the so-called majority normal person who's trying to clean up their life, you should do an Ultimate Coffee Enema every day for 10 days and then talk to your consultant or even give us a call. We'll weigh things out for you. If you have a chronic health program, you're looking at 10 days, talk to your consultant, and then we'll probably go for 20 days. That's right, if you're chronically ill, 20 days. Just think if you were to clean that filter called your liver. What if you were to get the cork out of your butt and really bring down that toxic load? Okay, so that's as much as I can tell you unless I had more information about you. But just remember what the liver stores is anger, okay? So the more angry you are, the more liver problems you're gonna have and the more gallstones you're gonna have because anger is a very inflammatory emotion. And when you're angry, it causes a big dumping of histamine, adrenaline, and cortisol, and that's very acidic. So you pull the calcium from your bones, and eventually, guess what? You're firing up your bloodstream, and you're taking the calcium from the walls of your arteries. So then cholesterol is made to goop up the cracks. So now you've got gallstones, which are made out of cholesterol and calcium deposits. And so understand, to lose calcium like that, you're really acidic. And you know, my teacher, okay, when I was getting my doctorate in acupuncture, said everyone that has gallstones is precancerous. Everyone that has kidney stones is precancerous. And I kind of didn't believe him, but then I realized, wow, well, you'd have to be on fire to pull all that calcium to have stones in you. So think about that. Heather, is black diamond gritty like black gold? John?
No, it goes into solution beautifully. It's just it's like water, and it comes with no taste unless you make it super concentrated. It comes with no taste. It just tastes like really, really good water, and there's no grit at all.
And remember something, I told you, you don't have to stir it. That's the energy in it. It will just do a dance. Go ahead, put it into a large glass and watch it. And you just watch it, how beautiful it dances, and then shine light through it. You'll see.
So to talk about why you don't stir it, to get a little sciencey again,
Okay.
is HUMIC and FULVIC is very hygroscopic, meaning it attaches itself to the water molecule very, very, very hard. So if you stir it and you encapsulate a little tiny clump of powder all the way around with water, well, it'll just hold all that water. So it doesn't break down. But if you let it sit on the top, it just works its way in beautifully, and it's a really cool show to watch.
Beautiful, thank you. How much is Black Diamond? Okay, Monique, you're not going to believe this, but I'm not really sure of the price. So if I say it, I don't want to be wrong. Trying to remember now. Can you just go to the website and look it up? I was just about to say, but I don't want to be wrong either. But just remember that we did say that it's on sale. So it's 20% off if you want to try it. Welsh, or it's Chris actually. Chris, is it worth putting Black Diamond in fresh spring water? Well, of course it is. Yeah, that'd be amazing. But it's better to put it in structured water where there's no surface tension. But spring water's great. I have Black Diamond and I do like it, but is it only for gut or can it go systemic? Black Diamond, okay, wait a minute, guys. Black Gold is for the digestive tract and the so-called gut. The Black Diamond crosses the blood-brain barrier. It goes into your cells. It goes everywhere. That's the beauty of it, okay? All right. And if you want to say anything, John, just cut in, okay? Just stop me.
Certainly.
Jean, does Tummy Love, HUMIC, and FULVIC stain teeth? It hasn't stained my teeth. I mean, people use it to brush their teeth. I know people that use Black Gold to brush their teeth. I tell people that the Black Gold's a little bit more gritty. You might start off with Black Gold if your teeth have a lot of plaque. And then you would move yourself into just a sprinkle of the Black Diamond if you really wanted to whiten teeth and get really healthier gums. Taylor, how do you prevent the daily...
I'll just jump in right there. Sorry, Darryl. I'll just jump in on the teeth and the staining. So if something's super hydrophilic, meaning that it'll solubilize in water, then when you're done your brushing or whatever, when you rinse it with water, it's going to attach to all that great fresh water that you're putting around your teeth, and it'll become solubilized and you can rinse it away. So I don't see a huge issue with it. I mean, maybe clothes, but certainly not your teeth.
Beautiful. Taylor, how do you prevent the daily cleanse from diarrhea? Okay, it gives me cramps and hurts so bad. Okay, let me just say this. So understand this, the more problem you have pooing and peeing, the closer you are to the hospital and then hospice or the nursing home. When you have, and you take the daily cleansing tea, everyone, this is what she's asking. You take you take 1 tea bag, okay? And you boil a gallon of water. Once the water boils, you take the lid off and turn it off. Now it's not boiling. I put the tea bag in, I put the lid back on, I let it sit for 8 to 10 hours. Then I put the tea bag and the tea into the fridge. Now, you want to take enough daily cleansing tea that you're going 2 to 3 times a day at the beginning, just like a cow plop. Not diarrhea, not solid, so you're cleaning off the walls. Just understand there's nothing in the world that is the better assessment or even diagnosis for yourself, self-diagnosis, is to know where your health is at, because your bowel movements today are showing how you did yesterday in your diet and in your emotional world. If you're taking the daily cleansing tea and you have cramps, then you're not drinking enough water throughout the day and you're just counting on the tea. If you were to drink hot water in the morning to warm water to hot water and throughout the day, everything would work better in your body. Cold water doesn't work. Room temperature doesn't work as well. Hot water cleans better. Hot water opens up things, relaxes things. So if you're doing the daily cleansing tea and you've got cramps, I would up the tea if you're doing, at least if you're a woman, 3 quarts a day. If you're a man, 4 to 5 quarts. And if you're as heavy as a man, you better do 4 to 5 quarts, because there's a lot of women that are as big as a man now. So understand the root of all illness is in the large intestine, and that's why the tea and the Black Gold are so important to everyone every day. Taking Black Gold and Black Diamond, you will say, I feel better than all the other supplements that I've been pouring into me. Because guess what? Nutrition is not about A, B, C, D, E vitamins. It is about more like minerals, and it is more about bringing the toxins out on a daily basis instead of letting things pile up. So the daily cleansing tea should become a life thing. If you were to do tea in the morning and tea at night, you were to do the black gold twice a day, you would do the black diamond, like I said, in your drinking water, you tell me how you're feeling. It's going to be quite obvious, actually. And as far as your bowels go, well, let's put it this way. What's your diet like? Do you drink wine every day? Do you eat animal products every day? Okay, do you eat taco chips, ice cream every day? Okay, do you get emotionally stressed out every day? Because we know that stress goes, when it goes from the brain, it goes down into the intestines. That's where it turns your intestines into knots. And understand this, most people have adhesions in here, so when their bowels start to cleanse, there's adhesions that are wrapping their intestines, and that's why we tell you to take a good look at Wolf Non-Surgical, belly button therapy, and clapping. So look at that in my library in the do-it-yourself guide. All right. Connie, if you sell to other companies, will we be allowed to know who the companies are so that people can be assured it comes from John? Oh, I have no problem with that. I'll let people know. Remember something. We're not in competition with the world. And as long as the world stays in competition with itself, this is where we will never, ever advance as human beings. Layla, I mix the black diamond in my 4-ounce coffee. Should I add more hot water to it? I would like to get the max benefit. No, not necessarily, but you better drink water after it, and you better have drank water before it. Okay, so we don't want... John, what do you think?
Yes, more water is better. I'm not a doctor, but more water is better.
That's right. Carol. Okay, next one. Can you go down, please? Scroll down. Somebody was just saying a nice message. Thank you very much, Carol. Replying to Jean Renee Davis. Keep looking ahead, Gad, and then try to decide what's next. No, let me read that, Gad. That's okay, but you help me out and go ahead and read your computer. I've wondered because I've been taking all 3 since August and have noticed a big difference in my teeth. It won't keep me from taking it though. Amazing product and have really helped me. Thanks for your answer. Okay, next. Okay, Michelle, what about if you live in Australia? We ship all over the world. Can you purchase from here? No, you cannot yet. From here and get consult. You can, okay, everybody, just know this. You can get a consult by just going to consultation on the Doc of Detox page, hit consultation, go in and pick the consultant you like. Ramana's from Australia, so you'll click with her. She's a beautiful woman and people love her. And then what happens is for $150, you'll get the manual, get a 1-hour audio, and you'll get lifetime support. And like I said, if Ramana were to go and get married and run off, okay, then we would give you someone else that you decide who you would like to be your coach onward. There is no extra charge. Lori, is it safe to take all the supplements I've purchased at the same time, meaning in the same day? Well, in the same day, of course. But the reality is don't hesitate to call the 1-800 number and ask them to go through your supplements a little bit just to bring some sanity to your program. But then a consult, I don't think you did a consult, because if you did a consult, you wouldn't have to ask that question. And I'm not pushing you to do it. We will answer your questions, love. Okay? Ryan, I am looking to get the new can of Black Diamond. I have the packets coming in my next order. Absolutely, my friend. Mary, how do you get structured water? By using a structured water unit. It's way over here. So here's a structured water unit, okay? That's a portable, okay? And this is a structured water unit for your shower. Now I'm going to tell you a little secret. If you can afford it, you do both. Or you get yourself a house unit that's this big. And you can get a pool unit that's this big and never have to worry about the chemicals in there again. Once you structure water, you don't have to worry about the heavy metals, don't have to worry about the chemicals, don't have to worry about anything because structuring takes care of all that. And if you don't believe me, then why is it that there's heavy metals in the rain and there's chemical poisoning in the rain and it's not bothering the birds, the bees, the flowers, the trees, or the microorganisms? Because structuring is energy medicine, and it supersedes all of that. Even though it's still in there, it can't bother you. If you don't believe me, do your homework, do your science. That's what you need to do. People do not understand the miracle of frequency. So if you couldn't afford both, get yourself a shower head and then fill up your jugs of water with the shower head. But I love the portable because I can take it everywhere I go. Okay? All right. Thought spring water was structured. Fast-moving rivers. Waterfalls and water coming off a mountain. That's it. And rain. Not a spring. If the water comes up and bubbles up, it's not that spring water is not structured. Okay? Okay, Adelaida. I've had an abscess gum. Since September 2021, receding gum lines plus bone loss under the tooth. What can I do? Dentist wants to pull my tooth. Well, first of all, if it's rotting out, I get it. Don't have rotten teeth. Don't have root canals. Big mistake. Rotting teeth. You're poisoning your body. Now, understand, abscess gum, well, that's infection. So, you know what? Get on the daily cleansing tea and the black gold, and then do the ultimate coffee enema and watch how far that goes down. Because guess what? Gum disease is bum disease. You don't have to believe me, but a manure pile, on a hot summer day, you'll see the gas come up. And guess what? Hot air rises, right? Rectum back door, mouth front door. You wake up in the morning, you roll over to give your honey a kiss. Oh, please don't kiss me. Go brush your teeth. Somebody pooped in your mouth. Okay, what do you think it is? It's poo particles. Why do you think people that don't have a whole plant-based diet have to do more teeth cleaning? Why do you think they have more gum disease? Okay, so you have to understand, it's what you eat, drink, that's the big problem. Now, for the abscess, if you get the silver bullet gel, and guess what? If you get the silver bullet gel and then you mix the black diamond in with the silver bullet gel, and you take a teaspoon of silver bullet gel, you put the black diamond in, and then, oh, it's right behind here. There's a silver bullet gel. And I told you already, it's coming in a 16 ounce. It's an 8 ounce. And then you put a little bit of black diamond and you put that in your mouth and you swish it around. Guess what? That abscess is going to come down, especially if you even put a little bit of infinite iodine, a couple sprays in there, and do that. And then I want you to swish it around. I want you to do it every half hour. And guess what? It's going to come, that abscess is going to come down, especially if you drain the swamp, which is your large intestine, if you flush the liver and clean the filter out. Okay, so, and as far as the bone loss, well, that's calcium. You're going to be pulling calcium from your bones when your jaw's infected and your mouth is infected with all this stuff. It's got to. The calcium is used to buffer down to keep the pH proper in here. So take a look at Dentagen, which is right there. Take a look at Dentagen, but do what I just said, okay? Dentagen will replace the actual calcium loss in your jaw and in your teeth. Go to the Ionic Calcium Guide in my library, and then there's the science, and it'll be there. It'll be there for you, and you'll understand. Michelle, what's your thoughts on Kangen water machines? Highly expensive, okay? And but listen to me, it's a good water, it's electron charged, but the problem is most Kangen water people tell people to do 9.5 pH. What are you, crazy? Okay, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do have it so alkaline. What happens to all the hydrochloric acid in your stomach? You're buffering all that down, so then you don't digest properly. Even if you got a Kangen water unit, you shouldn't be above 8. I would never go above 8 pH, never. And yes, it's loaded with electrons, so it makes it healthier. It does filter the water, but it's still not structured, because nothing can be structured if it has electricity attached to it. Our structured water units are natural. They don't have no filters, no plug-in. Judy, what is the difference between the blue and the gray water structure unit? Just the color. Okay, and I think the gray is actually cheaper, but it's the same. I don't know why. I think it's the dye makes it cheaper. Dawn, hi Doc, what's the difference between structured water and distilled water? Oh my gosh. Isn't distilled water a product of fog nets that was collected by previous civilizations? I never heard of that in my life. So when you get a distiller and you make distilled water, it is the hardest water to digest for the human body. Nature does not make distilled water. That's first and foremost. Structured water has no surface tension. A mosquito could walk on structured water and drown. Okay, structured water, a water droplet is 2,500 layers to 3,000 layers. That's what it is, layers. And when you structure it, it gets strung out and it goes right into the aquaporin of the cell. End of story. Distilled water, too much energy. Remember, water's a food, it's energy, and it takes energy to digest it. Lori, I already answered it. Ryan, okay. He says he does 7.5 to 8. That's great, Ryan. Okay, and a lower priced alkalining unit. That's great, Ryan. Next, or are we done? Is that it, Gad? Yeah. Okay, we made it. What do you think, John?
Perfect. Some great questions. We got some yeah,
well, you know what? Our viewers, okay, and I mean this in the best way, are very intelligent people. They're very intelligent about their health. I mean, I notice a lot of these people, they watch a lot of our shows. And understand something. The day that you take massive personal action and you start listening to people that say, we're going to give you your power back, that's the only time that your life is going to change. Okay? There's one more question, that'll be it. What can I do to rid dark circles? Had them since a child. Well, that is your bowel backed up onto your liver. So those dark circles are showing that you've got toxic blood and a toxic liver, but it's the bowel backing up. We talked about it all the way through. Go back and watch the beginning, love. Well, John, what would you like to leave them with?
You've got one body, treat it well, it'll treat you well back.
Yeah. And John will be on maybe every couple of months or so. Any new breakthroughs, because your people are real scientists, aren't they? And they're really trying to figure out the world of HUMIC and FULVIC and how we can make it better for human beings, right?
Yes, we have 2 people with doctorates on the staff, and we're approaching it from several different angles, and we've got continual research going on. Not only with some government bodies, but also with universities. We're trying to get to the bottom of this stuff and really figure it out so that we can feel good about that we know everything about it. And that's a very, very tall mountain, but hey, you know what? The joy is in the climb.
And every batch that you do is tested before you release it. Am I right?
Yeah, I don't release it. So what we do is a matter of course is we have a quality manager, and he has the ultimate say. He has say beyond me, the guy who runs the company, because I'm also charged with the financial interest in the company. So we've detached those two. So he has the ultimate say on what leaves the plant. So it's for sure, he understands his responsibility. We have the specifications, we have the hard science, and it's followed to the T.
Thank you, sir. And thank you for joining me, and thanks for producing our product. Okay, and have a beautiful day, John.
You too, sir. Thank you.
Bless you, my friend. All right, everyone. Well, thank you for joining us on this show. And just know this, okay? If you ever want to have more information about what we do here at the Ixtapa World Healing and Training Center, go to braveheartnation.com, okay? If you'd like to take a look at our courses, go to newworldpractitioner.com, our whole life coach, okay? And our Wolf Non-Surgical, and our pain-free pelvis course, which is 3 days live here that will teach a woman how to restore her pelvis back to its beauty. Okay, we also have that coming up. We also have that coming up on Zoom. We also teach it there on Zoom, the pain-free pelvis 3-day course. And also, we have what's called personal treatment and training, 6 of them. One is for athletes to learn how to do joint therapy and with the Wolf Non-Surgical. We have another one that's for couples to come and learn how to do non-surgical on each other so that they never have to limp, so that they don't have to take painkillers, so that they can have the relationship that they've always wanted and be like me, which is I'm almost 66 and I don't have a stiff joint in my body, never will, okay? And if you want to come and check out our personal treatment and trainings, we have another one called Pain-Free Pregnancy. You come here for 10 days and you're going to be treated and trained to know how to actually do the Wolf non-surgical, how to love and care for yourself and each other and your child, and how to feed yourself and each other and your child on many levels. And we take a look at things for a year before you're pregnant. You can come when you're pregnant or after, it doesn't matter. But we look at a year before you're pregnant. We have a manual, and it goes all the way up to the child being 2 years. And we teach you every trick in the book, every strategy, and you can have a pregnancy that'll last you 20 to 30 minutes, and that's for any woman. Remember something, it's a scar tissue displaced calcium issue. You're all locked up with fear, and you're all locked up in your joints. And understand, this is supposed to be loving in the oven, and for this womb has become a tomb for a lot of children, or babies I should say, because we don't know how to feed ourselves correctly and we don't know how to eliminate waste correctly. So what happens in this area? We have seen in the last 10 years so much difficulty, and understand John's products are a big part of creating a healthy environment for that little baby of yours, okay? So we do a lot of different things. Go check out our services if you just want to come for treatments. And let's say you want to come down and just go to the beach. I mean, Ixtapa is just one of the most beautiful, safest places in Mexico. And you can come down and join us for our dance parties, for our Braveheart meetings. And you don't even have to have treatments. You don't have to do anything. You can just hang around with us at Ixtapa and take in all the beauty that we have here. All right, so just know this, that Pain-Free Pelvis will be on at 4 o'clock today, Central Time. And we've got lots of shows coming for you. And just know that we're also on Telegram, okay? And did we go on Telegram today? Whoa, isn't that cool? We're on Telegram with all our shows now. Isn't that something? I love this guy, okay? And that's, I would be talking about Yark and Gad and Rafa. These are my 3 video guys that make it all happen. So we're on Telegram, Rumble, Bitchute, Odyssey, Brighton, and if you want to, you can go to Spotify, iCloud, and iTunes, and you can get our audios and download those as well. Understand, everyone, it's your life, but it won't be your life until it's your program. And the program better be based on one love, one law, unconditional love for self. And until you love yourself first and foremost, guess what? Hurt people hurt themselves. God bless. And remember, brave hearts. 3, 2, 1. We got this. Have a beautiful day. You know, it's not good enough to have the most powerful courses, treatments, and training. We want to deliver to you the adventure of a lifetime that's going to last a lifetime. And I'm going to take you on a little adventure right now and show you what we are going to deliver. What are we going to deliver? We are going to deliver the authentic you, the real you, the genius inside. How would you like to become not just the master of your mind, but the master of your body, the master of your life? You know what? The most important world is your world, and we're about to show you how to create it.
Found Dr. Wolf and all his positivity and trying to reshape our way of thinking and help me be a better person, a better mom, better wife. I'm glad I found him in person in Ixtapa, Mexico.
Never limit yourself to beautiful, because that's what you are. Take a look at this beautiful place. We all deserve beauty in our life. You need to create a new program that is unlimited when it comes to things that are beautiful, things that make you happy, things that make you shine, things that make you feel excited. Let's get excited.
This guy's got something really interesting to say and he's sharing it really openly and just really not caring what other people think, and I just thought that was really empowering.
What I've learned in my life is this: To be the change you wish to be the change you wish to see, Braveheart, you have to understand you take life one step at a time.
Dr. Wolf, as many people will have seen, is very direct and straight and will take you to the edge of the cliff, as he says, and then pull you back just in time.
Never lose your focus. Never lose your dream, because you are the dream maker. It's called image, but guess what? It's your imagination. The image that you hold creates the thought that you live with. That thought creates an emotion that creates a frequency, and we know that the invisible creates the physical. I mean, that's quite obvious. So be the power that you seek, and understand something, that all your thoughts matter. And guess what? Unless you're willing to take a look at those thoughts and retrain your brain, change your personality, you'll never change your reality, and your reality could become infinite.
He's a wealth of information, and I love it.
You were created by your creator to create. So let's create something amazing together.
I found Dr. Wolf and I went, wow, here's a truth speaker. And he spoke to my soul, and he spoke truth.
So tell me what you think of the destination that I came up with my imagination to hold the whole life coach certification for you. Understand something. It's all about beauty. It's all about adventure. It's all about stimulating the mind, okay? And understanding that your mind is unlimited. And that is what the whole life coach certification is all about. In the whole life coach certification, we are going to go deeper. We have people coming to us, professionals coming to us, from doctors to nurses to accountants to oil riggers to mothers that want to expand their life. And when they come here, they go, I need to learn to help my family, or I want to improve my business. But guess what? We get into their business. When they leave, they become the change that they wish to see, that they wish to be. They become the gift to the world, because when you can stay in the present, and you can't do that until you have unconditional love and care for yourself. And I'll tell you something right now. I have hardly even found 1 out of 1,000 practitioners, or even so-called whole life coaches, that can hold the present moment and own it and then give it as a gift. And this is what I'm going to give to you. And when you come here, this is where you're going to come into this room when you need to find alignment, you need to find balance, and you need to get back into your lion heart breath, because we're going to go deep into your heart, and we're going to become the spark that you seek.
And actually what I really love about Dr. Wolf's teachings is that unconditional love is literally it. And then you're like, how can it be that easy? That's just silly. So, but it's really not.
Come play, come stay, come train with us today. Understand something. I know we have fear, but understand, that's just false evidence appearing real. I get it. Stick your toe in, feel the water, but then I want you to dive right in, because
How I found my brave heart was through Daryl. He really teaches you to go within and go in through your heart and not your mind, because your heart's a lot more connected to so much more than your mind. Your mind is just so conditioned, and your heart is just so open and beautiful.
you're the answer that you've been looking for. Let me teach you how to fly. What does that mean? First, love yourself, Braveheart. Let's take life in and win.
I had just lost my husband a couple of years ago. With his passing, he gave me the greatest gift to love myself. But Dr. Wolf gave me the greatest gift in understanding that.
I had a dream 3 years ago that I would live in Mexico and I would have this training center, this teaching center, this treatment center that would touch the world. Your dreams are never too big. And when they start to create a little bit of anxiety, turn them into excitement. and get excited because this is your life.
He's the first doctor that I have encountered that has truly given me the truth, and not just half-truths, but the full truth. So it's been revolutionary for me in my healing process.
And this, my friend, when you take on the dream of all dreams and you realize that if you stay connected to your breath, that you can have it all. Do not let anybody take your breath away. Do not let anybody steal your dream, okay? Listen, God gave you imagination. This is your sandbox of life. Take your life back. Right now, we are teaching courses to people that have come from all over the world, and the government is saying you can't travel, you can't breathe, you can't have this, you can't come together. Yes, we will. And we will do it with unconditional love for each other. And we will learn to grow. We will not judge each other. We'll observe and see where we can support each other. But at the same time, we will hold the Braveheart line, because this is the only way that we can grow. So find your roar, because you're so much more. And learn this. You are the unconditional love that you've been looking for. You are the dream maker. I can't wait to see you. We want to become that small piece of the puzzle that brings your dream together. Thank you. Let me ask you a question. What do you think it would take to turn your life around? I can tell you right now, I learned that a long time ago, what the key was. And anybody that has been able to perfect the perfect day on an emotional, physical, and spirit level knows this. The answer is massive, personal action. That's what it's going to take for you to turn your life around. And to turn your life around, you're going to have to go within if you want to change without. And that's the bottom line. And you know, people think that they can do it like with a consultation, or maybe they can do it with a telephone call or a Band-Aid or a 911 emergency, a treatment. But understand, that's not the way it is. The day that you realize that when you master your mind is the only time you're going to master your body. Forget your life. That's always going to be just random luck until you know that you must become the master of your day. From the moment you rise until you gently close your eyes, you must be the only authority for you. And if you think that getting an hour consultation is going to do it, it's not. If you think that going for therapy is going to do it, it's not. You have to submerge yourself into what we would call the personal treatment and training. And you need to do that from anywhere from 6 days to that 70 to 90% of all your thoughts are not yours. And they say that 70% of your thoughts are toxic. Tell me they're not. Take a look at the majority of the population. 92% of the population has an autoimmune disease, which means the body is attacking itself. Before that, though, the person was attacking themselves on a subconscious, unconscious level. And that, my friend, is the bottom line and why you must take a personal treatment and training and go deep and understand how to run your life. What that means is learning how to think, how to drink, how to eat, and knowing when somebody is mistreating you, when someone is disrespecting you, because until you honor and respect yourself, no one else is going to do it. So understand, this is your life. If you want to live your passion and purpose, then you must become the master of your mind to become the master of your body so that you can become the light for your family. So please, consider this. You've got the time and you've got the money because you're going to change the rest of your life for the rest of your life, and that's my guarantee to you.